Hello and good day and good morning also, and maybe even night for someone. You never know. Phew. We made it all the way to this place, and this place is the last stand of humanity. We are pretty close to the end of the game. We did so much streaming yesterday. I can't believe how much progress we made yesterday. We beat most of the second disc yesterday. And yeah, we are ready to go to the final dungeon. But before that, we need to speak to every NPC in this place, and there are quite many of them, as you can see already. Quite many NPCs. So we need to speak to all of these, and then we need to do at least one of the optional dungeons. And then the final dungeon. I will try to do it all of it in this stream, but in worst case we have to split it up and come back later. I should have about at least 4 hours, I think. I'm not sure if that will be enough or not. But yes, as you can see, this is the last bastion of the humans. And they are using the remnants of Shevat as the base. Everything has gone down the crapper. They always dreamed of coming down to live on the planet's surface, but we didn't ever imagine it would be that this would be how we would realize that dream. It's unbearable. We can't carry on without at least drinking. I really like this, what are they calling it? Hideout or base or settlement maybe. It's not good for my complexion. A town without prisoners, how boring. But then again, the world itself is like a prison. And here is one of the best scenes. You're not my dad, Lance! Hans, is that you? Hans survived, woohoo! Hans from the Thames. You're alive? Yeah, you too. But if you're here, that means that the Thames sank. The angels attacked. The Thames withstood the onslaught of reapers, but was defenseless against those angels. Hardly anyone got out in time. They went down with the Thames. Well, wait a minute, what about the captain? He's okay, right? The captain said he'd watch over the end of the Thames with his own eyes. You're kidding, right? That old guy died. No way. No, the captain is alive. He's the kind that never keels over. Some flashy woman in Thames taught me a card game. Do you want to play? And look at that, we get one final round of the card minigame. Let's Dan play. He never got to play last time. I did not suspect we would start a stream with this. No, he was faster than me. I mean... I'm not doing very well. I'm not doing good at all, actually. Well, maybe my luck is turning. Well, I have more or less already lost. Unless I get really lucky. I did not get really lucky. Oh well, we try again.
Nice move.
Nice
That last one.
move with that last one. Oh well, then it's Bart's turn. At least we get to hear a few more of these sound clips. You're no good. Come back later. Now is later. Already. Double yay. Can I make it? No, I can't make it to the free in time. We do have a 10. One, two. Well, this isn't going well for me again. I can't do anything. How annoying. He got much more. He got much better card than us. I'm so unlucky with the cards. Well, that was something, but he automatically wins. We were closer. A bit closer than last time.
Jerk.
Yerk! It was worth it just to hear the yerk line. It's the best line. Yerk! Oh well, we try again. Time to bring out the Fae. Oh, this is good for me. I can take my time and do the A. To the 9. Oh, the 4, the 5. Quickly. The 5 again. The 4, the 4, the 4. Going pretty... Oh, I didn't notice. Well, I win then. I can't believe how quickly that went.
Huh. That's it?
This was tied for the hardest card game in the game. Take this. Emeralda Junior doll, I suppose. No thanks. So there is a winning record. I see. I don't know. Maybe you can win some more items if you continue. But we won't do that right now. Please don't think I'm a loose woman. So what happened with you lately? I didn't know you had a son. You've changed too, Faye. I don't know how to explain it, but as for me, well, I don't know what it is. Hans. Faye, I believe. I believe that one day the captain will come down that stairway, tap tap tapping with his cane. And he'll say, Hans, it looks like we get our hands on a priceless treasure. What kind of face is that? You don't believe me? This time it's true, honest. Maybe someday. Hans, it looks like we get our hands on a priceless treasure. What kind of face is that? Captain! What's this shouting out? Captain, cut it out, you fool! Do you know how I was worried about you? Don't you get it? Now listen. Men of the sea, never say die. I can't believe the captain survived and we got to see him again. It's an island with buried treasure. It's called Dude Man Isle. An ancient hero defeated a monster there, and now legend has it his fabled sword rests there. Don't know where it is, don't have a ship, don't worry with the details. Such a great little scene with the penguin family or the dolphin family. It is when it comes to him. I don't want to play. Let's run away. Run. I wish you were my dad. Can I call you dad? That's a laugh. A walrus with a penguin for a son. But they do call them penguins. Shouldn't it be dolphins? Maybe they are penguins. Exactly, I'm not a penguin, I'm a dolphin. Oh, Hans is a penguin. My dad is a dolphin too. Oops, forget what I just said. Don't worry about those minor details. Oh, I already talked to him. And him. Oh, this is the old kids. This is the old kid house that I kept as a memento. At least we can still play with the mirror, that's the important part. The world might be coming to an end, but at least we can play around with the mirror. We can't go into the actual room anymore. And I like how all of that content was hidden in that one single room behind the bar. prison. There's nothing here. He's long gone already. But wow, to make a hole this big. Of course, this is where they or id escaped out of the prison. Sorry for freezing you in, Carbonite. And of course he's talking about Dan. Let's see if we can find Dan anywhere. Burn, burn, burn up this whole world. And burn it all up. Ah, maybe that person shouldn't stand around. All of my rare first edition books and valued autograph. It's the cat house from Ave. They brought all of the cats along somehow. This is the warmest room. Why can't they stay here? We're having a very important meeting. I said it before, but I really like these overlapping text boxes. Kids are all the same in Kislev, Nisan, Rav. I'm Yggdrasil, come on, catch me. Such a great, all of this is just so great. I really like this crashed Shabbat base. It is so, it's just the best. Everyone doing their best to stay alive and do what they can. Cold, slippery and fun. Look at that, kids playing with a shoo-shoo. I don't want you to think what I am doing at a time like this. If I don't do this, I can't keep my composure. can this place have such great level design too? With the hub room in the middle and all these corridors in each direction. You never know what might happen in this world. That is for sure. There is Dawn and Midori. They survived Id's escape. And she finally speaks. Hey, I was scared a little, but not really scared. Cause I knew that inside of that monster you were doing all you could to fight it, Faye. I knew it. He finally understood everything, living inside of you, Faye. There is a monster that's not you. He's the bad one. He's to blame. He finally apologized. And as usual, Midori doesn't mention the fact that Stitan is here as well. And vice versa. Stitan doesn't acknowledge her either. Seems like I can't do anything up here. We are to be judged. The last day is nigh. You too should be careful. It's all according to prophecy. Just when I thought I could ride the UFO, it's not flying anymore. And on top of that, this guy keeps saying annoying stuff. And as if this wasn't enough, there's a piglet loose in town. We won't do any tune-ups in here. It would be surprising if this shopkeep could actually upgrade Xenogears. That would have been something. Well, it looks like he actually can, at least a bit. But we won't do any upgrades here, we're going to do upgrades later. There was a ladder. And I think there might be a sword out here. I think there should be something like that. I'm not sure which sword. I'm not sure. Is it the Kishin sword he wants to upgrade, or do we need to find another sword? I'm not sure. We might need to pick up the legendary sword first. No, it was the Kishin. Hissing sword was enhanced. Received Kiyin sword. There we go. Just a bit better. The strongest gear sword. There shouldn't be anything else in here. And just like with the bar, they hid all of that behind the shop. Cute, they're going cheap. Buy picto tiles. Alright, 20,000 per lot. Ah, I didn't even have the chance to say yes. Oh no! I know nothing. What a waste of money. I don't remember if that actually leads to something. And hello, DJ Davis, and good morning. We're still hanging around the Shevat, the old Shevat base. There are so many fun and cool and sad, and this is just the best place ever. It's an NPC fan's dream. I like this place so much. A hero costume. And a Hercules ring. And we also had a card battle. I forgot there was actually another card battle in here. Hey, it's not like we're grave robbers or anything, right? So don't hex us or haunt us, okay? Please, we're begging you. Ooh, we got some speed shoes right here too. Haha. Not that we actually need them, but we got some free speed shoes. Oh, they were even better than I remembered. I thought they were just an upgrade from the Speed Ring S. But this is just crazy. Halves time between turns. That is insane. Insane speed. And insane attack power. The mythical RPS badge. Why is it back here? Oh, that's right. We gave them to. We did give them to a Shushu, and I guess they put them in here. Faye gently put the badge back where he found it, but at least there is a way to prove that you got them all, so that's nice. You don't get them on the menu, but you can prove that you actually got them earlier in the game. So that, I do approve of that. Where's the exit? Can we get out of here again? Where is the exit? There is no exit. There it is. Cheap birds that flew away. Let's see, what do we have left? How could we possibly stand up to God's army? The situation is really hopeless. We should already have been in here. Nope, we haven't. If you give me a gold nugget, I will be able to dig some more. Hand over a gold nugget. I don't remember if you can go straight back in or if you have to exit to the world map. We might have to exit to the world map before we trigger the next step. Either that or sleep. Look at that, Shavat is buried in the snow. Yes, we already know that. Let's see if this updated. No, that still wasn't enough. We will have to try to sleep then. Bring. Nope, didn't find anything. And now we have to give a gold bullion. Hand it over. But shouldn't there? I'm pretty sure there is one place we haven't seen in here. I have to double check. We haven't seen the Queen and we haven't seen Huey, but I don't think we can see Huey. But I thought that we might be able to see the Queen. She didn't die, at least that much we know. She's still around. And I thought this was the place where you can... I thought you could exit up here somehow. Oh, there we go. Why didn't it work before? This is the place I wanted to go. Ah, there is the Queen. By the way, how is the person you rescued from Merkava? I heard he recovered the consciousness. Oh, they are referring to... Yes, that's right, they are referring to Ramses. That's right, this is a great optional scene. If you don't go here, you will never find out what happened to Ramses. I am just trash. A reject. Stop feeling sorry for yourself and pull yourself together, man. Hyuga, what are you? Trash, reject. You can take pity and call yourself that all you want, but what about them? This time he won't end the world. Such a great, super great optional scene. Now we just have to rest again to see if that one guy has finished digging. Rest in bed? No, I'd rather rest on the floor. Hmm. I didn't remember that he would dig out a jukebox. I thought there would be something else. Maybe we can... Maybe he keeps digging if we ask him, but... Look at that, the world map is fully filled out and no areas are secret anymore. No more gates are hiding the world from our view. And over here should be Tara's house. Why is it so hard to land this thing? There it is, Tara's house. And of course, Tara is a Melchior. Sadly, he doesn't have anything interesting to say. If he's even at home. There he is. Thanks for visiting. You're looking mighty healthy. Oh, Tara. A manly mantle, a goddess robe. He actually had more to say than I expected. I didn't remember that he would give us items too. So it was a nice visit. Let's see, I think it is the Anima dungeon down here. Yes, this should be one of the Anima dungeons. And this should be the other Anima dungeon. No, this was Shevat. Then the Anima dungeon is up here. Oh my, that is quite the crater. There's Deus and the final dungeon. I guess, let me land. I guess this is the other Anima dungeon, yes. And the final place is the Kislev Arena. Those are the only places we can revisit. Typical, there's Fort Jasper, but we can't go there. We can't go into Nisan. Typical PlayStation 1 final disc, blocking most of the areas. There it is. But I won't go in there. The only thing you can do is battle in the arena to get those items that we didn't want to get before. Let's see, where is the lighthouse? This should be... We saw it so many times before when we flew around over here. There's the orphanage. There's Babel. And there is the lighthouse. That's our next stop. If we can land this thing. Nobody knows what's inside. I do, I know what's inside. And I also know that we should go straight back up right away. I forgot a vital part. The city we saw from Emeralda's ruins. We come a long way from there. Hello, Sigurd. Please be very careful. Let's gain our true freedom. Shall we launch the Yggdrasil? Not yet. Let's put more oomph into it. Let's hear some hot sounds for the all-time sake. 262, that's the highest number we have seen. I'm pretty sure that said 370. I'm pretty sure. And I'm also more and more convinced that they actually add more sounds as you go. Yeah, look at that. There are at least 397 sound effects. That is crazy. But when we did this at the start of the game, we never got anything past 100, and then we started to see some sound effects past 200, and now we see some past 300, so I do think that they add more during the game. We don't have access to them all from the start, unless it was pure chance. Of course you helped. Mason. The final hour is approaching. How may I be of service? I suspect you have nothing of interest. wanted to check the accessories. Thor's Fonda. Weepa Snappa Cobra Cracker. Thor's Fonda. I won't bother to go down into the machine room. But we have to of course speak to the nurse. Fight to your heart's content and go get injured to your heart's content. Right. Arg, if only I wasn't wounded, I'd also be able to. This time he actually wounded himself in his happiness. And Margie is still on board. Promise me. Of course, I'm not going to die. Quit saying such weird stuff. Funny, I don't see Shushu anywhere. Where did she go off to? Change party members? We can't bring Shushu. We are doomed. Where did Shushu go? And Primera is still silent. It's a bit sad that she's stuck forever being the tutorial repeat. And this is the funny part, look at that. Shushu is just standing around pretending to be a gear. What do you want to do here? View gear from here? Or view the gear from the front? Look at that giant Shushu. She made a big transformation. Here the lowdown on gear. This is... Huh? Shushu, what in the world are you doing here? You don't need any maintenance work. You're in the way. Go eat some food and take a nap or something. I'm exhausted, Shu. Since you're here, I like a massage. Just kidding. Okay, I'll come Shu. Another great little optional scene with Shushu. No time to rest, we have things to do. Whew, there we go. Aside from the engine room and her husband, we spoke to everyone on the crew again. Everyone had new dialogue, so it was about time. Lighthouse. This time we go into the lighthouse. One of the 2 optional dungeons. But this one is so great that I wouldn't call it optional. You have to go here. You haven't played the game if you didn't go to the lighthouse. It is so cool that we finally get to explore some more of the old Seboim civilization. Xenogears episode 3. Yes, that's it. And we finally actually get to use Emeralda a bit. As well as Xenogears, of course. And for some reason fight a dragon. We did it. We defeated a dragon. I'm surprised. I'm surprised how little experience we get for fighting it. Another death blower. I don't think there is any item or accessory that helps you flee in this game. And we finally find a Death Blower 2. I think that is the only one we have. We must have missed one of those earlier. Oh well. Let's get into this building on foot. Ah, this one. This is an interesting one. Don't think there are any encounters in here, but we'll see. I thought there would be a scene on this floor, but I guess it's on the second floor. There we go. What's this movie? record of the Seboim culture that died out 4,000 years ago. Hehehe. I know that face. Myung as he appeared in the Seboim era. And all the way back there she was already manipulating the world from behind the scenes. So Ellie and I took the hopes of the people and created Emeralda. Emeralda had no comment. That's everything in this building, but we will continue the story in one of the others. Maybe over here. Another dragon! But I don't want to fight it, now that I know how little experience and items we get from it. Well, we did get a good dress. I think you can sell it for quite some money. Looks like an old grocery store, maybe. Here's the cashier. Treasure. Now we have the full set of death blowers just from exploring this one dungeon. Was that everything? I expected there to be something more in here. Just a death blower. No story and no cool items. But there is another house right over here. Uh-oh, we're gonna fight something big on foot. A dragon on foot. That is the ultimate challenge. And the most fun thing you can do in the game, taking out the dragons with Stitan. On foot. And look at that. It is Big Joe and his big treasure. These treasures respawn every time you go back and forth into the room. They respawn. You can pick this chest up over and over, and the contents are a bit randomized. I think there is one or two things you can find that are unique to those chests. It's Joe's shop, so of course it's all Joe brand. And here you can and here we can spend a few more 100 hours if we want to farm the money to get every stat to max. You can spend so much time buying these. I'm not sure how many of these I bought on my... That's one reason why I wanted to have the original hardware, so I could show my best save file. I do have level 99 on my best save file, but I'm not sure how many of these I have bought. And of course you can finally buy the best items in the game, like the Omega 100. It's the strongest, but it has very low fuel, so if you use this you need to beat things fast. But we're going to go for it. And of course we're going for the gold's defense as well. Or maybe... I'm not sure which is the better option. What's even the point of having this one? It's just slightly cheaper, but worse. This one was completely pointless, and so is this one. Let's go with that one. Alright, I just forgot about the most expensive parts. I was wondering why I had so much money left over. That's because we haven't checked this out yet. We need 3 X chargers. Or even SATA chargers. We need 3 of those. And that's most of our money. And then we need as many of these as we can afford. That is to say one. We can afford one of them. Time to sell. Do we have anything of value that is... And this is why I always save these for last, since they sell for pretty decent, especially these ones. And this one too. We only found that one ivory. Sad. We need another 21,000. Mistake. We need to go into a battle so I can see how much the frame HP costs. We might only be able to bring this one. Or no one. We'll see. But that's all the preparation we can do right now. Oh, there's a door over there too. Did we go in here? Ah, this is not an actual house. And we find the Godfather. There should be one more house we haven't been to. Let's try to find that first. I'm pretty sure there is one more house we haven't seen. I could be wrong. Let's see. Yeah, we can't use it. It's too expensive. That's super dangerous. I didn't remember how dangerous these are. Look at that, they keep halving our HP. We are almost dead. The entire party is almost dead because of this one enemy. And because I tried to check my menus. Anything in there? This is where it came from. Then I think we have been in all the houses. I think we have been in all the houses. Instant encounter. And double griffins, this will be dangerous. This will be dangerous. Look at that. Thanks to that one enemy, they could actually kill us. Thankfully, I used a save state. Have we been in here? Yes, this was the first house. Then we might actually have been everywhere except the one story section. Which is right here. It's very hard to see, but there it is. There is a manhole that you go down into the subways. Oh, I see that. I see the treasure in the train. Ooh, how annoying. I shouldn't. I had a I had a memory about that happening. I didn't know where, but I did know that somewhere in the game you can find a SATA charger. If I had known that, I wouldn't have bought one. Oh well. It's so pretty. It's a Christmas tree. And a vision from the past. With actual Kim. Not face Kim, it's actually Kim. Yes, Happy New Year, Kim. And this view is so cool. It's a restaurant all in glass, with glass floor, glass walls, and this super pretty view of the city. Kim! And it is also so interesting and fun that they had this type of civilization 4,000 years ago. And today they live in desert and try to dig up some of this. You're all fools. He seems like a nice guy to be around. Keeps complaining about everything and everyone. And of course this classic Final Fantasy VII nod or overlap. In Final Fantasy VII we have the terrorist organization Avalanche, and in this game we have the terrorist organization called Ravine. I wouldn't be surprised if you looked up Ravine and Avalanche in Japanese that they would be similar in some way. Why do they strangle themselves? Only 30 years to live. Nature, this planet, won't allow humans to live any longer than that. Am I a fool too? They said I can't have children because of hereditary Hereditary genetic damage. I can't create life. I'm a creature waiting to become extinct. Am I also a fool? And I like the fact that if you look in the corner, he does have a... they are called something silly in Japanese, but I mean in English. But one of those stands for the canvas. So he was, even in this version, he did have some artistic side. Painting as a hobby. It's a nice little detail. A nanomachine colony. This child holds our futures and possibilities. Can this child be the angel who can give us more time? In the end, it was the child that killed them both. I remember, long ago, you, Kim, died. Right before Town died. It was because soldiers of Town tried to use me. That's right. The ultimate work of art. Yes, I knew I was Thing. Look, my body. Different from Maria, Margie, and Ellie. Human imitation, but different. Kim and Ellie said I was Angel. Yes, you are the child I or Kim wished for. And here comes the most silly thing in the entire game. Faye, body, so hot. Faye, hold me tight, don't let go. Faye, body. I became adult, I not get in your way anymore. And that is that. not a single reaction at all from Faye that Emeralda grew up and became an adult. Look at that, super cool. She went from being a tiny kid to this super cool character. The coolest character in the party, maybe. Sidan is still Sidan, but she has such an amazing sprite. And such amazing artwork as well, in Perfect Works and official art of her. So yes, and she changed the portrait as well. But if you check in Perfect Works, the fabled book, then you see that the events of Seboim that are hinted in this side quest were meant to be the episode 3 of the bigger picture, of the bigger saga. This game is episode 5, the events of 500 years ago are episode 4, and the events of Seboim 4000 years ago is episode 3. We barely get to see anything about episode 2, but I'm pretty sure that is the events 10,000 years ago when Abel and Cain and the Gazel ministry were fighting each other. But that's it for this optional dungeon. We will go back to the Yggdrasil, do some preparations, and then head to Merkava or Deus or whatever it is called. This time, I think it is just called Deus. I still thought there would be one more house or cutscene, not cutscene, but one more house we could enter, but if there is, I missed it. I thought that we would get one more insight into the past. It isn't anything important, just another of those news clips. Oh well, we move on. Not even at the end of the game they gave us three options for the party. We have to come all the way back to Marchy. We'll see. Once we get into the next fight, we'll see if we keep the flame HP 10 or if we switch them out for something else. And I'm also going to double check if we can upgrade the HP of anyone. Since Big Yo could only upgrade for Steer and Sleeps, I think. But we might want some extra HP for Stitan and Bart. And if we have the money to do it. At the moment we don't have any money, so... we need to get some new money. What can, oh, we can sell the Zeta charger, of course. We don't need that. So we did have a death blower too. I wonder where we got the first one. Deus. Ah, good thing they didn't lock the door. The mapping is complete. This is the mapping. There's no... it's not very clear where you can enter or exit to the next area. Let's just assume that all the dead ends, I think, are exits. I think that is the case. Swords wrap. Let's see what we can do with our almost nothing. There we go. That's the kind of damage I expected. There we go. I'm surprised that they drop actual money. Actual money. This was dead. And they are holding out on the music. We will get music in the next section. But for now they seem to hold out on us. Let's see. Yes, we can, if we want to, we can heal 10% HP. It's not much, but it might be the difference in life and death. We'll see once we get to the final boss. If it's better to have more defense or if it's better to have the ability to heal ever so slightly, just 10%. Oh my. Did not expect the enemies to deal max damage. Mirror armor, that sounds great. No, this dead end was an actual dead end, so... Oh no, they installed traps. They punctured my fuel. And this, can I go up there? No, this dead end is also a dead end. Not a very helpful map. It doesn't tell you at all where you're supposed to go or where the exits are. Another mirror armor. I think it is a good armor. As it should be, dropping from some of the final enemies of the game. Level. I knew there was an encounter coming. I couldn't use the jump button. getting progress or are we going in a circle? It looks like another dead end. Quite high encounter rate in here. Ah, it blocked. Another trap. Jolt. Like I said, quite the encounter rate in here. Why did Bart attack that one furthest away from him? That was odd. Why are they inverted? Ethan attacks also attack the one furthest away from him. Is this the way forward? Yes, we found it. Woohoo! And this is such a classic part of this dungeon. It's so classic that we will see a reference to this in Xenosaga 3. Ouch. I think you do take actual damage, but this is so small that it almost doesn't matter. This is just for fun. Just for fun. We got hit once. No achievement. And cue the music. Look at this map. This is quite this looks like a typical final dungeon, that's for sure. This is how a final dungeon should look in an RPG. One giant mess of puzzles, that's what it is. Hey, over there. Alright, that's the goal. To get there is the goal into the hole. And once again there is a big plot twist. We could make it with just a simple jump. But even without a jump we could just fly over there in 2 seconds we could be over there. But no, instead we have to deal with all of this instead. This massive puzzle. Or a maze, whatever you feel like calling it. And this is the third and final time in the game we get to see the map. Technically there were 4 maps since there was a separate map in the last area. And I think as long as you are in this room, there won't be any encounters. I think that is it. But once we go outside into this door, there might be encounters, or there will be encounters in these side tunnels that lead to different parts of the big puzzle room. And I'm pretty sure this was the area where I went for level 99. I think this is the area I used. Fighting these enemies over and over. No, you get about 8,000 experience and actually some money, 4,000 money. So you only have to do a few of these battles to actually afford some stat upgrades at Yo's shop. I really want to start myself, see if I can find my save file and see how much money I have, or if I spent it all on upgrades. I should have safely copied that save file to more than one memory card, I hope. Oh my, that fight gave 8,000 money. Why is this map so confusing? There we go. Can we do anything from here? Is there a button? No, but there is a treasure. Some more gigads on ammunition. No, we can't get up there. which way do we want to go? Let's try this. We get the wraps in all the different elements. We had some fire wraps and some earth wraps. Yes, this is the way I wanted to go for now. Ooh, one of those. That should be the one that gives the most experience in the game, I think. At least for a single enemy. I'm pretty sure this is the one you want when you farm. Yeah, look at that. You get so much experience for that one enemy. 50,000. Compared to the 8 for the other fights. That's such a big difference. So whenever you see that enemy while farming, you are happy. Decent money too, but the experience is just insane. That enemy alone makes this the best area to farm, even if it is a rare enemy. Let's see, can we do anything up here? We are looking for buttons. But there doesn't seem to be any buttons, so this was pointless. No buttons and no treasures. Oh, but a repair bot. We didn't even have to pay. So that's what's over here. You fell back asleep. Oh well. You missed part 2 of Seboim them. We did of course go and watch all the cutscenes with Emeralda and the past Kim. Exactly, I did the lighthouse. The lighthouse is a must. But since I want to finish the game pretty soon before food time, I'm skipping the desert. The desert isn't very interesting anyway. The only thing you get is a lot of sand, a lot of encounters, and one sword that you have no use for. If you're good enough to get the sword, you don't need a sword, so it's a pretty pointless dungeon. And of course we met the Big Yo and bought a lot of expensive gear. Yeah, doing the desert once is enough. You never have to do it again if you have done it once. I don't get any pleasure out of doing the desert. But these corridors are the best spot to get to level 99, if that is your goal. It takes quite a while. And then you also might have missed when we spoke to Shushu. Shushu was standing in the hangar, pretending to be a mech, pretending to be a gear. That is a great scene as well. She stood in the hangar and was worried about Ellie, and did her best to cheer us up. Yeah, it's great. Shushu is great. But I'm not finding any buttons yet. I haven't pushed a single button in this place. There should be buttons, but I can't find any. No, not over here either. Where are all the buttons? There we go, finally. It doesn't look like a button, but it is a button. We do know that the goal is to get to that red spot in the middle of the map. That is the goal, so we're gonna have to somehow, we're gonna need to turn at least one more thing around. Can we... That makes things easier. We can only... Yeah. We can't mess it up. We can only push it or don't push it. And if there is a button, we have to push it, so... It isn't really a puzzle. You just have to find all the switches. There's not much thinking involved. Just exploration. Oh, and we also talked to that guy that faked his injury, but he somehow managed to injure himself when he tried to do a victory dance or something. This one you can switch back and forth. So it is a puzzle after all. It's hard to tell what actually changed. I see. This thing going north right now switches to the east. But that's still not enough to get us to the middle. We needed this to turn. That's our goal. We want to go down there. But for some stupid reason we can't fly or jump down there. We have to solve this by turning this platform. I guess we go down this way. We can turn this thing somewhere. Does that help us? I see. Is there a way to tell where they are, maybe? I think you can see. It looks like we can see how they turn at least. That would mean that we... No, I'm not sure. At least there isn't any encounters in this room, so we can freely go back and forth and explore uninterrupted. Dead end. This doesn't help much. This is just if you want a shortcut to... If you want a shortcut to the healing bot. There was a healing bot up here. I think he was here. Yes, there is the healing bot. But that doesn't help us. Is there a point to this section? Maybe. We'll see. We just have to explore and see. Oh my, it did max damage again. The most dangerous enemy in the game. Look at that, max damage. We better flee. I hope there is anything here. Well, a treasure at least. We didn't need that. So all of this for a treasure. Ah, that has to be the answer. We need to go back all the way we came. Probably. Nothing over there. At this rate we do need to go back to the healing robot. They're going to kill Bart if they do this one more time. And how can they be so fast? They always get to start. Yeah, I guess this is where I wanted to be. I sure hope there is something over here. Ah, there it is. As expected. Yes, that did that. Then we can... Let's see. Then we just need to find the correct corridor to enter from. The corridors are a bit confusing. They make no sense at all, actually. Up, down, down, up. According to this map, it should be easy, but I don't think it is that easy once we get to the corridors. If this map is correct, we should only need to go north. Oh, there it is. The best enemy in the game. If you want levels, that is. Oop, oh, phew! I did not want to escape. Luckily it failed. And there we go, the highest experience in the game. 50,000 for one easy enemy. We learned Big Bang as well. I think that should be phase last Eater attack, I think. Not that we're going to use it, but we got it. What luck, getting 2 of them in a row. Let's see. Oh, the map actually worked. It did make sense. Some sense. Jump in the gate. I know idea why they called it a gate. And we get another section of this. Oh no, we got hit. And somehow we are back in this exact room again. This is where we went last time to fight Ramses and Myang, the hardest boss in the game. One final time. They want to show us the statues. Or in this case, it looks more like holograms. There it is, the final save point of the game. First and last. We won't get any more save points, but I do hope this robot will heal us. We are in trouble if this boss, or if this one doesn't heal us, we are in trouble. And you can use this to get out of the dungeon if you want to. Oh, I see. A dungeon with Renee Kincaid. And my sister is finally continuing the game as well. She's still very early. She said she just got level 14 as a reference. So she's right at the beginning still. She should have gotten fairy. Yeah. She should have fairy in the party, but not much else. Can we buy anything? We can buy the same things in here as we could buy in the Yggdrasil. A lot of guest characters in that game, as usual, but it is always nice to get the guest characters. And we do another save and hope that this setup will be enough. If it isn't enough, we will just have to switch things around. We'll see how many tries it takes. Sometimes you can get unlucky with the boss. Sometimes it's easy. I see. All of them will get 1 year in prison. Every last one of them. Or at least a warning not to do it again. I always wish there was something to explore in here, but we can't exit the gears in here. But somehow Krelian moved his lab into this place. This is the place where where Ramsus was born and where we saw that one cutscene. But somehow he moved it into the Merkava. For once there won't actually be much there won't be much talking before the final boss in this game. The one time we already had all the talking last time we were here. There's not really anyone to talk to aside from the party itself. This is Deus. What are those 4 orbs spinning around it? They are supporting the center. What a nice... we got quite the stereo effects. Who cares about those orbs? Let's just crush the core. That is one strategy, but I believe another plan of attack would be to defeat its surrounding first. Look at that, we got a grown-up Emeralda. She's got her adult portrait. I don't know if it is an emulation bug or if it is a game, if it is a miss in the game, but if you look at her portrait, there are 3 pixels that are see-through. There are 3 pixels in her portrait that keep changing color. Let fate decide everything. I wonder which is best. Interesting, we got a party swap here, but not a save. Here it comes! Final boss! Let's see if we have any chance of survival. Good start. Not good start, we don't want our fuel drained. I think the boss should have around 60,000 HP, something like that. Maybe 80,000. Yeah, no orbs for me. Then I would need to upgrade more characters if I need to survive all the orbs. I only upgraded this party. Thunderbolt. It's hard to tell if this will hit only Xenogears or if it will hit all the party. I suspect all the party. But I zoomed in on Xenogears. Yeah, it was all the party and it was very dangerous. Änkan! Max damage. He let loose the angels. And there we go, hyper mode for Xenogears. Time for some more Enken. And nice. Bart also managed to enter hyper mode. But he didn't do max damage. He didn't have the ability to do the X attack, sadly. But we do have Kishin with Xenogears. That should guarantee some max damage. Max damage. And there we go, it exploded. Very easy. I don't think I have ever had so little trouble. No one was even close to dying. What happened? The Zohar modifier has ceased functioning. Hooray! But it is not over yet. That is probably the reason why our gears cannot move anymore. What's happening to her inside of that thing? Show me your face, Ellie! It couldn't be. The wave existence? The wave existence? That's gotta be it. The wave existence was just freed from its case of fleshly existence in Zohar. It's probably attempting to return to the higher dimension that it originally came from. Which means this is the after effect of the dimensional shift. What do you mean, After Effect? Then what will happen, Doc? Tell us. Then this planet will be annihilated. Too bad the wave existence forgot to tell us about that part. What you mean? This time, there is nothing we can do. To put it to you straight, this is the end for us. This is freaking stupid. How the hell could it all end like this? Hello, not sold on science. I am doing very well. We are just about to witness the ending to Xenogears. And the first spelling was the correct one, Magus, without the N. No worries, you can chat as much as you want. We have seen this ending many times in the past, so it's no worries. But it is my first time streaming the game. We had more time left over than I expected, so instead of playing Xenosaga 3, we had some time over to also play Xenogears. And it's not a coincidence that a lot of things in this game reminds of Chrono Trigger, since a lot of the people, or not a lot, but some of the people who worked on Chrono Trigger also worked on this game. There is quite some overlap. In fact, Lucca is even in this game. And there is a country that is very similar to Seal, the flying country. So yes, there is a lot of overlap. And it is also the same composer, Yasunori Mitsuda. And my second favorite composer, Yasunori Mitsuda. Ellie is moving Deus. And of course, Deus is also Lavos in a way. This we just beat the final boss, who was some type of creature that fell to the planet. The big difference is that this one was man-made. Deus, or Lavos, was just an alien life form, but this one was man-made in the past. But they do have that in common as well, that the story revolves around some type of disaster or creature falling to the earth. There is still something I can do. What is it, Faye? My gear still works. Without Zohar, the power source for your gears, the only gear that now remains active is mine. Just like Deus, my gear and I made contact with Zohar. We are the only one who can move now. I'm going to save Ellie. That is absurd. Even so, I still must go. Ellie's taking the whole burden upon herself. If anything happens to her, I want to be there with her. I'm not going to let you stand. You better come back alive, you hear? Promise me that you will come back. Then I'll let you go. Thanks, Bart, I promise. I promise you that I will return with Ellie. You better... Yeah, of course. Let's let him go. Stop talking and hurry, she's getting further away. She's only a few pixels small. Looks like 4 pixels. We be waiting for you. I'm counting on you, partner. One final trip with Xenogears. And while we looked away, it completely changed form. Looks like we have exited the atmosphere. Somehow we are inside of Deus. Not exactly. Only your consciousness is here. The wave existence? No, that's not you. Who are you? It can't be. Is that you, Krelian? That's right, isn't it? Krelian, it was you who did this to Ellie. The path of Sephiroth has been connected. No one can stop God from returning to his world now. So, what have you come here for Lacan? I came here to take the person I love back with me, to set Ellie free. The Deus system has been destroyed. It's all over now. And I don't even want to read, because then we can't enjoy this song enough. Before the beginning of the universe, in the undulating waves of the higher dimension, all things were one. It was the waves spilling out from there that created this 4-dimensional universe of ours. So not only... Uh-oh, good thing it isn't Nintendo or something, and we would have to censor it. This game is rated T for teens in the US. But I was about to say, not only did we finally get all the answers to how the humans came to the planet and what God actually was, we also found the answer to how the entire universe was created. Someday, humankind will come to understand one another. I sincerely believe that. How can you be so sure? Humans will never come to understand each other. It is all lies. Man cannot associate with others without first deceiving themselves. That is the way that they were created. That is also true. But no one complaining about the game would ever get this far into the game anyway, so... And back in 98 there wasn't any YouTube or anything like that to watch the later cutscenes, so if you didn't play the entire game yourself, you would never see these parts. And what if that will itself was predetermined? What then? The will of the waves, the will of God. I'm glad. No, I'm proud to be human. Do you have to become one with God before you are able to comprehend all of this? Yes, he and I are one. We don't need God's help. Well then, prove it to me. Show me this power of humans. Show me this love that you say can make you independent of God. And here comes the very final boss. The super final boss. And you can lose. It would be really sad if we lost to this boss. Then we have to defeat the big final boss and watch all of this again. Oh look, it's Urobolus, not to be confused with Ouroboros. Every time they spelled it the same way in this game. They never actually spell it Ouroboros. It's always Urobolus. Miss. But at least we did enter hyper mode, so we have more or less already won. We only need to do this a few times. Max damage. Still not defeated. We need a few more hits. Miss. There we go. Now we have officially beaten the game. There is nothing left to fight. We can just sit back and enjoy the ending. She's awake. It was Krelian. Krelian released me. Krelian? Yes. I came to understand after becoming one with Krelian. His heart was so full of sadness. That is why he decided for he and I to become one with God. Because that would be the return to the beginning of everything, he told me. You should be with him. That is what he said. You see, he already knew. Yes, he already knew how I felt, how you felt. But there was nothing we or he could do. He had no choice but to go forward, even if it meant he lost all feelings, lost everything that was human. For all humankind's sake, there was no going back. Even looking back held too many memories. And he could have just wanted to go back, even though he couldn't. So please forgive him. Krelian loved people more than anyone else. I somehow knew it all along. I just knew he was really that kind of person. Look at that. She did sacrifice herself, or at least try to do it in the end. Just like Sophia. Here we go, cutscene time.
Let's return to our planet.
That light. It's the point of contact with our world. But the dimensional shift has already begun. Will we make it in time?
Can you run?
If we're together, I can.
Let's run to our planet.
Krelian, you.
There's no time. This place is about to be destroyed. Now there is no more God. This is no longer their planet. This is your home planet that you are now standing on.
Krelian, you aren't going, are you?
No. Since that time, I have stopped being human. I've committed so many sins that any attempt at living like a human is impossible. The only one who could have forgiven me was God.
That's not true. I know they would understand. There's still plenty of time to atone for your sins. You, of all people, could do it.
Always the peacemaker, eh, Lacan? Perhaps that's what it means to be human. But regardless, I cannot go. It's something I've already decided. I go to walk with God, even if there's no place left for me upon my return. Let's go now.
Nightheart.
Krelian,
Actually,
Look at that. He got his double wings. He is the double-winged angel. That doesn't need support from anyone. 2 wings! The perfect being. What happened?
What happened?
Waves from the explosion disrupted the ionosphere, making it impossible to get a visual. They were probably caught up in the explosion.
That's all.
Yes, it is cartoon time.
He'll come back. He promised us he would. I know it.
Shoo, shoo, shoo. I like all those random NPCs in the background too. Crew of the Yggdrasil. And here comes the beautiful ending song. with flutes and guitars.
Run through the cold of the night as passion burns in your heart. Ready to fight, a knife held close by your side. Like a proud wolf alone in the dark, with eyes that watch the world. And my name like a shadow on the face of the moon. Broken mirror, a million shades of light. The old echo fades away, but just you and I can find the answer, and then we can run to the end of the world. We can run to the end of the world. Cold fire clenched to my heart in the blue of night. Torn by this pain, I paint your name in sound. And the girl of the dawn with eyes of blue and angel wings. The songs of the season are her only crown. Broken mirror, a million shades of light. The old echo fades away, but just you and I can find the answer, and then we can run to the end of the world. We can run to the end of the world. Deep in the night,
It's Kadmoni, the origin of human life on this planet.
Run to the end of the world.
The end. Here it comes, Xenogears Episode 5, the end. Let heads be exploded at the thought that you might have missed the 4 first episodes. What, episode 5? Yes, it was quite a surprise the first time you saw this ending and get the episode 5. There are a few other games that does the same thing. What are they called? I think Ogre Battle does the same thing. And then there's a game that's called Gugnir that does the same thing. Yes, let's call it a cliffhanger. We have no idea, even after beating the entire game, we have no idea what happens after the game, and we have no idea what happened to the people who lived in the other side of the galaxy and built Eldridge to begin with. We have no idea if there are humans still living out in space, or if they somehow made themselves extinct. But somehow it is still a pretty happy ending. Most of humanity, at least on this planet, got destroyed, but it is still a pretty hopeful ending, despite everything that happened. And somehow every party member got to survive. Xenosaga has to be the prequel, because it is called Episode 1, Episode 2, and Episode 3. Now we only need Episode 4. That's the only thing missing. Episode 4, of course. Sega Squaresoft. Xenogears. There you have it. Somehow we beat Xenogears and it didn't take a month. I can't win this game. Yeah, I will wait and see if we can see the intro, or if we need to switch to disc 1 to see it. I don't remember if they put it on both discs or not. But we'll see very soon if it will play or not. But I can try to switch to disc 1 just to see the intro, now that we have all the context. I did promise that we would watch the intro again, but we never ended up doing that, so. And I still have a lot of time before I need to go and eat. This went a bit faster than expected. In the end, the only things that killed us in the game was the boss fight against Id on foot, killed us 2 or 3 times. And then I messed up my setup in Shevat and had to reload 2 times. So those were the only big mistakes. And then of course we had to replay an hour because of technical issues. But aside from that, I would say it was a very smooth sailing, especially with the broken Citan. So I guess we finished in about 57 hours, I guess, with the ending included. Daybreak Ikiro. Or Seki Break. Seki Break. Oh, hello, Kylor. You are too late. We just beat the game. You missed the entire game, sadly. I am sad to say. Yeah, you are just too late. I'm gonna see if we can reload the first disc and watch the intro again. Let's see what happens. I loaded the first disc. Let's see if it actually loaded or if we are still on the... It seems like it broke the game trying to load the disc. Oh well. I can restart the entire emulation. Yeah, I know, you have seen the ending a few times. But it is still sad to enter the chat just when it finished. And also, welcome to my stream. It is the first time. So far, everything we have played on my stream has been some form of Xeno. We did beat Xenosaga 1 and got to level 99. Then we beat Xenosaga 2 and get to level 99. We also played Pied Piper and are just waiting for the anniversary of episode 3. Yeah, I do know about the hidden music, but I don't remember exactly what you have to do to trigger it. Do you need... It's something about opening the disc tray and putting in another game or something like that. I don't remember exactly what you have to do to trigger it. And funny thing was when I was trying and hoping to play on original hardware, but I tried to play the game on a PS2, and when I watched the intro cutscene, it was playing random cutscenes from later in the game. I have to try it with Lunar then. I do have the original discs for all those games. It is so crazy that that is what you have to do to actually view that extra cutscene. And it should also play that cut version of the world map song with lyrics. I'm pretty sure. But here we go. This should play the intro again at least. Exactly, today you can just YouTube it much easier. Yeah, thank the stars that they didn't put the minigame music on the soundtrack. They did it right. It was the correct decision to put the lyrics of the world map instead. But yes, when I tried to play the original disc on one of my PS2s, instead of playing the intro cutscene, it was playing some random cutscenes and then cutting out, and then started playing another random cutscene. So if I hadn't already played the game, I would get some major spoilers. I even saw the cutscene of Solaris getting destroyed. It was just jumping at random between cutscenes. Instead of playing this one. So we ended up having to emulate the game, sadly. Exactly, thank the stars of tears. As you might hear, there is some trouble with emulating. There is some sound crackle. I heard it in the ending theme as well.
Restarting. Alpha 1 genome restructuring. Confirming
Maybe.
base code 85 million.
We might have seen this 2 or 3 times.
Overwhelming.
Spread out over 20 years.
Confirmed. Initializing fake net.
Or 25 years or 30 years.
Shelter.
Almost.
Denied. Contamination is spreading widely. Captain.
Cut off the cables manually.
Roger. Activating self-destruct bolts. Confirming. No good, nothing happened. Omega 1, they are attacking. We can't stop them. 98% of our weapons have been taken over. The autopilot system Faust has been accessed. And its phase space logic is being rewritten. Ergo area is increasing. An internal plane is forming. Switching to space displacement mode. Alpha 1, confirming transfer of coordinate codes. Coordinates input.
Space displacement mode. My favorite mode.
061, the main planet.
Damn. So they're planning on attacking. Engine room. Activate the emergency sealing system.
And that's my favorite of all planets, the main planet. Ye shall be as God. I love how it is, how literal we learn that it is by the end of the game.
I will send a dispatch after evacuation is
Ye shall be as God, literally.
evacuating the ship. All of you, evacuate now.
Evacuate the ship immediately. All passengers please board the shuttles in a calm and orderly fashion.
Oh well, nothing left to do. Time to give birth to the Geisel Ministry and eradicate some shoo-shoos. I guess there's nothing better to do on this planet. But there you go. We finally got to see the intro again. Exactly. Who needs some shoo-shoos? They are astronomically unintelligent. Something like that. Let's do some wide stereo. We played with the normal stereo for the entire game. It is a bit annoying for some reason. For some reason the game doesn't save the fact that you switch to the wide stereo, so you have to switch to it every time you start the game. The save file doesn't remember whether you choose stereo or wide stereo. That is a bit annoying. But I guess that is that for Xenogears. It's a sad to already have to say goodbye to Xenogears. It feels like we just started it. No, I don't plan to do level 99 for Xenogears. I have already done it in the past, and that is also why I wanted to play on the original hardware, so I could show off my old save file, my old memory card. So sadly we can't see my save file. I also wanted to check my save to see how many of the drives I bought. I have never maxed all the stats, that's for sure. You can spend forever if you want to actually max every stat by buying the drives from Big Yo. So I wanted to check how far I got on that project. But I have done level 99 at least in the past. And indeed, what will I do until Xenosaga episode 3? There is still so much time. I have to consider my options again. What will I do? We will have to think about that. I guess the first Kingsfield game is still an option to do. Since I plan on playing that game either way. And it could be fun to see me suffer the ancient Souls games. But I will play something. It would be sad to have an entire month of not playing anything on stream. So there will be something played at least. I'm not sure what it will be. Yeah, exactly. I could replay all of episode 1 and 2 again. I could do not speedrun, but fast play of episode 1 and episode 2. I am pretty interested to see how fast I could do both of those games. So it is an option for sure to do to try to beat them as fast as possible, or at least much faster. So many options, but I have to contemplate. I won't give any promises or anything right now. What we will do next. But there won't be Xenoblade. I won't be playing Xenoblade, that is for sure. I need a few more years before I'm ready to play any more Xenoblade games again. They are all still so fresh in my mind. So that is the only thing we exclude, at least. It could be anything but that. But then again, anytime I make promises on this stream, it turns out to be it turns out to be lies. So exactly, I won't hear any complaints from you. But anytime I try to make any promises, it turns out to be lies on this stream. So anything could happen. I could be back and do level 99 for Xenogears. We're only short of 29 levels. That couldn't take much time to do. "29 levels is nothing. We're almost there." And of course, I'm still considering whether I should do, what is it called? Other World or Other Wilds. I can never remember what it is. Other Wilds, I think. I still haven't decided if that is a game for streaming or if I want to do that offline. People keep saying it's even better than Xenogears. I know it. I know I won't agree with that, but I have to play it. Exactly. I know that you don't want to watch it, so that is an argument not to play it on stream. We'll see. I might play it on stream in the future as well. I don't have to do it now. I could do it sometime when you have played it. We shall see. Either way. That was Xenogears. It was really fun to replay it, as always. I can't believe there was so many years since I last did it. 7+ years. There was only a few very minor details I didn't remember what to do or how they worked, but all in all, everything felt fresh in my mind. Just some minor details of exactly what to do in some situations. Yeah, we'll see. I will consider all my options. At the moment, Kingsfield is more likely than Other Wilds, at least. Kingsfield is more likely. And I will also try to switch emulator to the more modern one for Kingsfield and see if we have even less problems. It will be fun. I have beaten Kingsfield 2, 3, and 4, so I should have some idea of what to do in the game, but it will be even more primitive if possible. Kingsfield 2 is already pretty primitive, but the first one should be even more so. What else? I think that is all. I think that is all. I shall see you in Daybreak later, hopefully. Yeah, it will be a fun change. Whatever, I'm still a bit annoyed that we have to interrupt the Xeno streak. But aside from replaying episode 1 and 2, there isn't really more Xeno to fill out with for now. So I will probably have to play something else, non-Xeno game. But I will see you hopefully in Daybreak, unless I get stuck in food too long. I shall see you in Daybreak, and I will hopefully see everyone else also either in whatever I play next or in DJ David's chat. I'll see you later. Goodbye, Xenogears. We didn't even get any nice song to end on today, so it's just goodbye.